Welcome, listeners and viewers that are watching on YouTube. This is a Bench Banter podcast. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Zach.
I'm Alex.
And this is the first episode of the Bench Banter podcast.
Yeah, so we're just going to start here with a little introduction of ourselves, kind of where we're from, how we met. So I'm Alex again. I'm 22 years old, born and raised in Minnesota, still live in Minnesota to this day. So, I got a lot of love for the state, a lot of love for the sports teams here, and that's why we're here, right?
Yeah. So we're bantering 2 days a week,
Yeah. So, Zach and I met in high school. We're both from same high school here in Minnesota. We've been good buddies ever since, and we're both into sports. We've both been active in sports all our lives, and we like to argue. So
we like to talk sports for sure.
You want to give a little introduction of yourself, or you're just going to leave the viewers hanging?
I guess we'll leave you guys hanging. I'm Zach. I met Alex in high school. We grew up together, played basketball and golf in high school, so I got that as a background. Love to talk NBA, man. Love golf as well. Play it to this day. Man. Just thought we'd get a little podcast going and give you guys a little insight on what we're thinking in the sports world, and hopefully you guys can connect with us and hopefully you enjoy our podcast. So let's get into kind of why we created it for us.
Yeah. So our goal here, kind of like our mission, what we're doing here with the podcast is we wanted to create something for people like us, young people who just simply enjoy sports, everything about it. We felt that there isn't a whole lot of representation in today's sports world by people our age. If you look around on the media and the coverage, it's dominated by, as we like to call them, old heads. There's a lot of old-minded people out there who still like to see sports as it's like the 90s, and we're living in the 2000s over here.
You hear the soft comments.
Yeah, it's just different. It's not a bad thing. It's just different.
Games are always changing.
Yeah. So we're here to offer something else. There's nothing wrong with what they think, and there's nothing wrong with what we think. It's just a different mindset, and that's what we're here to offer you guys. So again, our goal kind of here is to just create a place where people can listen and talk with us, and we're here to share our opinions.
I'll definitely add on to that. I mean, we hope that we can provide you guys with a good entertaining experience and also educational into the sports world, because people like us, we like to just kind of say what's on our mind about sports, or we're very biased, I'd say, in some senses where we don't think we're ever wrong. But
it's good. It's always good to hear somebody else's opinion, and that's also our goal here. We hope that we can get viewers and listeners to call in and talk with us too, and share their opinions with us. So to kind of just go off of that again. We both love just watching sports. We wake up in the morning, have our cup of coffee, and we got Sports Center on. We're watching sports pretty much 24/7, and we like looking into other stuff inside sports, such as like analytics. We like listening into the betting side and looking into that as well. So we hope that with this podcast we can share kind of our thoughts on those side of things.
We hope to try to get like 2 or 3 podcasts out a week for you guys. For each episode, we'll cover different top headlines from the sports world. Could be like certain events that just happened in anything really. Our best bets that you guys may want to follow or not. We're a lot into sports. We do some analytics on a lot of stuff. But
we like looking at the stats. So we won't encourage you to follow us, but we're just here to offer our own semi-professional opinion, I guess you could call it.
And also, we got our daily special.
Yeah.
The banner of the day.
That's why we're here, right? That's what the name is.
Yeah, you could explain a little about the banner of the day.
Yeah, so this is our main attraction here for the podcast. So we're calling it the banner of the day. with that, we're gonna cover a top story, something interesting that's going on in the sports world. Could be controversial, could just be interesting, something that's got a headline to it. And with that, I think the goal is to kind of come up with this topic the night before a podcast. We'll each kind of look at it in our own eyes.
Yeah, it could be any sports topic, anything from a coach getting fired to
a player wants an out.
Right. Anything. And it's gonna obviously have two sides to it most of the time. So
and our hope here is we're not gonna be talking to each other about these things. Right. So we're gonna come in here and it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be we're gonna have our own feelings and our own emotions into these arguments, and that's our hope. We hope there's never just one side to the story. So we want to hear that stuff from each other. We want to hear it from you guys. And it's banter. That's what we want. We want banter of the day.
Bench Banter, baby.
And we hope it keeps it nice and entertaining for you guys as well.
We're hoping that we can, in the future, once we get out there, bring you guys on the show as well. And you guys can participate in Banter of the Day. And we want to hear your thoughts and anything you guys got to say on the subject too.
Of course.
Yeah. So I guess we should get into the first episode. Huh?
Yeah. What's our starting topic here?
Cover some most recent news. I got a big one on my mind.
You got some NBA playoffs, huh?
I know.
Let's hear it.
How about them Lakers?
I don't know what to think about that.
I just want to start. Is it?
I got one thing on my mind before I want to start this off by saying, what the hell is going on with AD?
Oh
my guy. It's not his fault, but how this dude's never healthy. He can't be on the court.
He comes out for what, 5 minutes of that game?
Yeah, game 6. Yeah, 5 minutes.
Elimination game.
Yep.
Game 6.
Yep.
Everything's on the line.
Yep.
And he goes back to the locker room.
I wonder how bad it is because, bro, Kobe.
Do
you think Kobe or MJ or some of those other guys?
That was broken.
Achilles, ruptured his Achilles. I mean, those guys are demons here.
Can barely walk.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, I feel bad for the guy because he's not faking it. Obviously, he's not faking. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it's obviously it's unfortunate.
I just think it's a different mindset. I don't think AD has it.
No, I totally agree.
LeBron playing that game?
Yeah, I mean,
the groin injury, just as AD.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. Right. So
there's no way that LeBron, a man who's averaging a 35-point triple-double in elimination games,
right? Yeah,
he's not playing.
He needed help elsewhere as well. I mean, he can't do it all himself at this point in his career. He can carry some of the load, but he needed help from Kuzma. He needed help from Schroeder, KCP, and it's just none of it was consistent enough.
Shooter
throughout the whole series.
I think Shooter made 7 shots the whole series.
It's just bad, and they're in shambles, man. I don't even know what they're gonna do this offseason.
I don't know what they're gonna do because they either got to bring in another star, or I think LeGoat is gone.
Yeah, he's gonna just ring chase whatever it is, and he can do it in LA. That's the thing.
Was he on a 1 year?
No, I don't even know honestly at this point what his contract still is. That's the one thing I'm not up to date with. I'm not good with is keeping up with contracts. So
he's got to be near there.
I'm not sure, but he's obviously got the power. He's obviously got the power to bring people in, and if he truly wants to leave, right? So. I don't know. It's interesting. It doesn't surprise me that they lost. Honestly, I think I told a couple of people that I think Phoenix wins the series, but there was really no shot if AD's not playing. So it's a different series. It's interesting. I
think it definitely
good for Phoenix, man.
Definitely a good way to go to. Yeah, great for Phoenix. I mean, Devin Booker.
Yeah, we can't even talk about Lakers whole time. Phoenix, what?
Devin Booker.
Let me say something right here because
Devin Booker.
If Phoenix, first of all, the West is just interesting, man. All those teams are just so good, but Phoenix and Utah remind me a lot of each other just because their depth is so good. They have so many role players that they can go to, and they don't have any stars, but their starting rotation is just solid in general.
Shoulder back to normal, you think?
No, it's not. It's not.
He looked fine.
he can play. So I
Right.
mean, that as long as he's playing, he's effective.
Mhm.
I think Phoenix could be the team to beat.
I mean, Aiden probably looked better than he did because of AD's
Right,
injury.
right.
But
But
I do think with that confidence Aiden's carrying now,
right.
Phoenix is going to be hard to stop, man.
And the Clippers don't look like themselves.
Oh man.
If they can even make it out of the series.
Well, we're recording this tonight, Friday night. So
Clippers have just won Game 6, so it's going to Game 7. So I just don't see either of those teams. If Mitchell, I mean, I would expect Donovan Mitchell to consistently keep as he's playing more since coming back from injury. He's got to get some more confidence, I'm sure. But
100%.
By the time that series is over, I mean, my guess is it's Utah Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
That series should be just a dogfight. I really hope I can see a Utah Phoenix conference finals.
Phoenix is probably the best two teams left
in the West.
In the West,
I agree.
100%.
They just they're hard to match up with.
Very hard to match up with.
Right. It's gonna be interesting. Even in the East, you know what? I think Atlanta and Philly is gonna be an interesting series because Atlanta's looked really good, and Joel's knee. You know what? I've had meniscus problems. Speaking from somebody who's had meniscus problems, they're nagging. They're very uncomfortable. They're not the worst injury, but they're very uncomfortable.
Man who's crying.
Mm-hmm. He's crying.
He's a 7-foot baby.
He's a 7-foot baby.
Is Trae Young going to take over again?
I don't like either of those teams. So I don't even know what to think about that.
I mean, yeah, Denver Phoenix is going to be a great series to watch.
We'll get to the Bucks and the Nets in a little bit. We want to talk just quickly on Dame.
God, what a series.
Dame's future. We'll talk a little about the series. The dude is just ridiculous.
This is Game 5?
What? Oh yeah, Game 5 was the one
completely unconscious.
It's ridiculous, and they still lost that game and the series.
55.
Like he's just one of those guys where he throws up a shot, and you're like, it's going in. You just know it.
It's like a Steph.
It is like a Steph.
But it's
and you know, I like to compare the two.
Right. I know you do. This is a hot take.
Dame is coming for that crown, dude. He is a dog.
As the best 3-point
shooter. He's going to, just player, dude. He's coming.
I mean, yeah.
He is
his points per game, his overall efficiency per game.
It's crazy, right?
It's insane.
It does. He needs if he's staying in Portland, he needs help, which is what we want to talk about. Is he staying in Portland? I think it's interesting because he said he wants to be a lifer there.
Well, we saw what he posted.
He needs some help, and Instagram. Right.
I think he
can only be committed for so long.
I think he wants out.
Right. I wonder. We also just heard today that Stotts and Trailblazers have mutually parted ways. So I wonder. We'll see. They need to bring in somebody. They're going to bring in a coach who Dame likes.
Yeah.
I would hope.
100%. They're going to need to bring in someone Dame likes.
And they're going to need to bring in some help.
Or Dame's gone.
That team's good. They need a piece, though. They need a piece.
If they lose Dame, Portland's rebuilding.
Oh, for a while. And it sucks because then at that point they gave up Gary Trent for an older Norman Powell.
Yeah.
Which is a good, I think is a great trade for them. I think Norman Powell's really good.
Solid player.
But obviously in the long run, Gary Trent's obviously younger and has a high ceiling. Yeah. How'd that go?
It's pretty good. Shout out Gary if you ever watch.
Shout out Gary Trent.
Shout out Apple Valley. Yeah, so I guess we'll get into. We wanted to give just a prediction on this next series.
Yeah,
starting up tomorrow night, Saturday. Bucks and Nets. Anything you gotta say?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good series. Their regular season games were interesting.
Pretty tight.
I think if I remember correctly, Milwaukee got the better of them, but I don't know if the Nets were completely healthy in any of those games, right? So
played, I think, 12 games together now.
The Nets are my favorite to win the whole thing. They have so much talent. You have to cover any of the big three. Yeah. Most of the time, one of them is drawing a double, so you're leaving open Joe Harris. That's really unfortunate. That's all I got to say about that. Is you have to leave open Joe Harris.
Joe Harris is one of the deadliest wide open shooters in the NBA.
That's really unfortunate. That's all I have to say about the Nets. I think Nets
I can break it down.
in 5, maybe 6.
What's the final? Give me 2. We need one solid for the viewers.
A finals prediction?
No. The series. Nets and Bucks.
I just said Nets in 5.
5.
Or 6.
I'll take Nets in 6.
Okay.
I do have the Nets winning it all, so it's okay. Yeah.
I'm not a KD fan. Let's go Nets. Well, so yeah, next topic. As we mentioned, we're going to get into a whole lot of different sports.
I mean, when I say we really do watch like everything.
It's pretty much everything.
I mean, Logan Paul, we could
oh my gosh. What?
Hold on, let me throw it in the notes. Just go ahead and take us on to the next
Yeah. Okay. So while Zach's on that, our next topic is the Memorial Golf Tournament going on right now in Ohio, featuring a good amount of the top guys on tour.
That's a good.
I mean, Brayson's in there. DJ didn't enter. Brooks didn't enter.
No, none of the big.
But you got Morikawa's in there. Spieth's in there. So I mean, tournament so far has been rain delayed after rain delay. But Cantlay and Rahm are tied at the top.
I mean, let me talk about my
after 2. Some guys are only down 1.5.
Let me banter about my man Cantlay. Yeah, thumbs down from the both of us. Cantlay can take his tour card
and go to the Corn Ferry. He can go to the Corn Ferry for all I care.
God damn it, the Corn Ferry. Yeah, I mean,
we have no Cantlay fans in this house.
We do a lot of DraftKings ourselves, so I mean, just with inside of that, Cantlay has been awful,
atrocious
to us, like terrible. And now, hot round of the day, Mr. Cantlay.
It's because he got to play like a round and a half today. It's ridiculous. I don't know.
I mean,
come on, Rain, go away.
Xander went off at 6:30.
Yeah, some 6:30 our time.
I mean, it was late. He didn't even finish. He's starting this morning with a birdie putt.
Yeah, they have to complete round 2 in the morning for most, or not most, but some of those guys. I mean, it should be a good finish. It's pretty contested right now. A lot of good guys still up there. Xander, like we mentioned. Rahm and Cantlay are tied at the top. You got Scheffler, Homa, Schauffele, Ricky Fowler, Carlos Ortiz, and then you follow up with Finau, Hideki, Morikawa. They're all right there. There's a lot of guys within a couple strikes. Cabrera Bio has been on fire.
Yeah, he has. He's actually played great from the Players, from the Masters.
He's on fire. He's on fire. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys who could still sneak into this. It'll be interesting. They said no rain the rest of the tournament, so it'll be interesting to see how the greens dry out.
Yeah,
and how guys adapt.
It'll be interesting. I'm gonna get out a name, just give the win. I'm gonna go with my boy
Ricky Fowler down.
Let me tell you,
3 back right now.
His caddy was talking to the media 2 weeks ago.
What did he say?
He said to the media, I don't know. Ricky's just found something and it's different. Watch out. That's what he said.
Okay. I mean, he played good last weekend.
I haven't done any right.
He played good last weekend.
I haven't done anything with him in betting, DraftKings, or anything. Just gonna take a shot right now. Kind of feeling gutsy.
Ricky Fowler.
How about you?
Shot in the dark. I mean, not so bold pick. I think it'd be hard not to pick Rahm at this point. I mean, he's been pretty much the best player on tour all year this year, minus the last couple of weeks where his putters failed him. Everybody said this is his tournament to win. He's returning champ.
He was dealing with his baby.
Yeah, also dealing with his baby, right? Newborn. So, I mean, the dude's back. He's a problem regardless whether or not it's this course or another course.
He tied Cam in the hot round today, and he's still.
I think that's probably the safest bet, and that's who I'd pick to win. I think
that's a guy who I could take in a major, and even I have. And if he doesn't play as bad, or if he doesn't place where I think he would, still not as mad because I know he played.
You just know he's going to play good week in and week out. He is.
You know what I mean?
He's on fire right now.
He's a great athlete.
What we got?
Next up,
new topic.
NFL.
Yeah,
on the list.
Yeah, I don't think we're planning not to spend too much time here. We got a couple little interesting.
Not a lot going down in the NFL world. The draft just happened about a month ago, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. We got some OTAs and some off-season training camp stuff.
Yep.
A couple interesting things that we saw, actually recent headlines, is
I saw these about a week ago. Yeah.
the Bears and the Patriots have both said that the rookie QBs will not be starting week 1.
Mr. Andy Dalton.
Mr. Andy Dalton,
How about him?
the Red Rocket.
Careful, kids.
Careful, kids.
Don't look it up. Yeah. The Red Rocket.
Yeah.
I mean, a starting job over Justin Fields.
That's big. Justin Fields, I can't even believe first of all, it's weird that he slipped in the draft that far.
Pretty far, actually.
Great move by the Bears to move up. I think it's the right call at this point.
The Bears were happy about it.
Oh, they definitely are. I think it's the right call at this point.
It's disrespectful.
No, you just have to give the rookie more time. It's so hard
because he's such a veteran. Andy Dalton.
I think Andy Dalton doesn't get the credit he deserves. He was good in Cincinnati for a while. He led a pretty mediocre team. They got to the playoffs, didn't win, but they got to the playoffs. They haven't had much success there, but he's serviceable, and I just don't think it's so hard to start as a rookie in the NFL. It's a big man's league. It's so hard. I think you have to ease him in. So I think that's the case there. And then as far as New England, Cam, that's a little different story because Cam Newton is pretty washed at this point.
I don't know about Cam Newton.
I don't think Mac Jones is the real deal at this point either. It's going to take some NFL playing to convince me.
This last year, but I don't know. Mac Jones.
He doesn't pop off.
Yeah,
to me,
he doesn't give me any big eye opening cues.
Right. I am, and I'm the same way. So it's interesting because he was drafted high, and at some point he's probably expected to start there. So we'll see how long that takes. I think Cam actually just suffered a slight injury in training camp. So I don't know. Maybe that changes some things.
Yeah. And I guess we could cover what I mentioned a little earlier.
Oh, goodness.
This Sunday, we have Logan Paul, the viral YouTube star.
Can't believe we're talking. This is the reason that we're talking about this, or the reason that they're getting paid is because idiots like us are looking at it, we're watching it, and we're talking about it.
I just want everyone to know that I probably will watch the fight this weekend.
Yeah.
And we'll be here Monday morning. Probably first thing on our agenda.
Yeah. Probably. I think we're going to have to, honestly. It's going to be the biggest thing.
Logan Paul, everyone knows.
It's so stupid.
How do you not know Logan Paul by now? He's boxing Floyd Money Mayweather.
Team money team.
The man who cannot be hit by professionals.
McGregor couldn't touch him. Nope. Pacquiao could barely touch him. I mean, this guy's not getting touched by the best of the best. And he's going in the ring with Logan Paul. Come on. Logan Paul's got to weigh in at 190 pounds. My guess is Floyd weighs in. He weighs probably 150-ish, around there.
Put on little.
He's giving up 40 pounds. If Logan Paul touches this dude, I will be dumbfounded. I will be so surprised if he can even lay a punch. If for some reason, and I don't know how it's possible, if Logan Paul wins this fight, it's just not. It didn't happen.
Logan's got 18 years on the guy.
Something had to have happened. He's getting paid. It's fixed. It's fixed. If Floyd Mayweather does not win the fight, it's fixed.
Fair.
That's all I gotta say. It's fixed.
All of Logan's fights so far are
YouTubers.
Are fights that have probably he paid for in an arena.
Yep.
And somehow they got it.
Yeah. It's despicable.
Do we want to cover Jake Paul?
It's annoying to me, honestly.
His brother is fighting.
His brother. Oh my gosh. Even worse. Logan Paul. Okay, some of his stuff on the side. Terrible.
Jake Paul by now.
He's a little better person by now. Jake Paul is a damn hooligan.
Yeah.
This dude's a fool. Okay, he's calling out people he has no business calling out.
Boxing.
Kamaru Usman would murder this dude, and he's calling him out, literally. So he decides to take his luck. He's fighting Woodley now. They got a bout, I think, set up for mid-July.
Is it?
And they opened as a pick'em, so
-110.
they're even odds essentially.
Who's going? That's what they're saying. Jake Paul or the UFC.
I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I told a lot of people.
Jake?
No, I told a lot of people that Askren was going to beat Jake Paul. Big mistake on my part. Big mistake. I'll own up to that one. I'll own up to that one. Tyron Woodley will not lose to Jake Paul.
I think that was also a fixed fight.
It could have been.
Why did Askren not beat the shit out of
I don't know.
Paul?
I don't know what the hell that was, Jake Paul. I don't know what the hell that was. It was terrible. It was bad. Tyron Woodley is seeking revenge for the UFC community, for the wrestling community as well.
Yeah. I mean,
he's coming for this dude's head. He's sick and tired of it, just like everybody else.
I would be done.
I think Jake Paul's gonna get hit once and be like, "Where the hell am I?" It's a different thing once you get hit once. Tyron Woodley's been hit. He can give it back. He might not be the best boxer, but this dude can strike. That's undeniable. He was a world champion at one point. So I got Tyron Woodley by a million.
Fights lined up in the next month here. I think
couple good fights.
End of June is another good fight coming up.
Some good UFC fights. Adesanya and Vettori coming up. Yeah, I'm blanking. There's a couple more. I have one for my best bet. Actually, we'll talk about that later.
You know what time it is?
What? Banner of the day?
Banner of the day.
Oh.
Well,
what's our topic today?
Being the first episode of the Bench Banter crew.
Yeah.
I think we might have talked about a man that we both don't really like.
Can we pause for 1 second?
Hey. You gonna say it?
We're gonna take this back. You know where we're going with this.
Where are we going?
So my man Zach here.
Take it easy.
Zach here. Like we said earlier, lifelong Minnesotan. Lifelong. I get it when your parents enjoy sports from other teams.
Can I add something quick?
Yeah, let's
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
let him explain this, but y'all have to give me 30 seconds when he's done to explain myself, okay?
You got to hear this. When you're a kid, you get to cheer for whoever you want. I don't care. Okay? I don't remember my parents pushing Minnesota sports on me. That's who I watched because I'm in Minnesota. When you're in Minnesota, you don't see Green Bay football. Homeboy was a Green Bay fan.
You see it in stores.
He's a Green Bay fan.
Are you done?
Was. We transitioned him.
We
transitioned him.
We won't mention anything about the initiation. That'll be off topic. If you want to hear about it, just go to our webpage.
Venmo me $5.
But yeah, went from a Packers fan. Parents love the Packers.
Whatever.
Don't know why. They basically raised me to love green and gold.
Purple and gold.
Turned 22 this past year, and I said, actually, it was last year.
It was probably like 21, honestly.
Turned 21 last year, and I said, you know what?
Soul. See? You don't get none of that in Lambeau.
If you're not a Minnesotan, well, if you are a Minnesotan, you better like the Vikings because it's way better than green and gold.
Have you ever seen that Ricky Bobby commercial from Talladega Nights?
Which one? Red Gum?
Yeah. He goes, if you don't chew Big Red, it can go the same way if you're a Packers fan. If you're a Green Bay Packers fan, you.
Very true. Well, let's get on to the man that we both hate now.
Yeah.
Also, he was mainly a good transition to why I started to hate the Packers.
He's a dick. Right, he is a dick. There's no denying it.
Probably bisexual.
His family hates him.
Probably bisexual.
What?
Mr. Aaron Rodgers, everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, could you be any more of a 10-year-old girl in a professional organization?
Nope.
You can't.
He just cries about everything. You know what? The Packers did him wrong, but he is just pathetic, dude. I mean, if your family does not like you, you're doing something wrong.
There was so much stuff going around how he hasn't talked to his family in over 2 years.
It is bad. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about his future because he obviously wants out of Green Bay. Like their fans.
Yes.
Not even their fans want to be Packers fans anymore.
As you can see.
Okay.
I am done with the bullshit. It's cool. But anyways. What if I mean he stays?
You think?
He can't get out. They're not gonna trade him. Why would you trade him?
He's
Sure, I hate him just as much as you.
Yep.
But goddamn, he's a good freaking footballer.
He's great. He's probably the best. I think he's the most talented. Not the best. He's the most talented quarterback to ever play that position.
Yeah.
Just because what he can do inside and outside of the pocket is just it's never been seen.
It's not even that fast.
You see guys with glimpses of it, but nobody can do it that consistent and has done it for that long.
Right.
There's no way Aaron Rodgers plays another great game in Green Bay. I don't think.
I think he could very well sit out.
I think he will.
I just don't think
there's no
he can get out.
He's gonna sit out to get out.
He easily. I mean,
and he's gonna pay whatever fines come.
Make him play.
They can't.
Exactly. He's just gonna sit on the sidelines. Jordan.
He's gonna get traded because the Packers.
Have a year, man.
Because the Packers can get something for him. It doesn't do the Packers any good, and it doesn't do him any good.
Yeah.
For him to sit on the bench, to sit on the couch for that matter. He's not going to be on the bench. It doesn't do him any good for either side. He's going to get traded. My guess is he's going to get traded to Denver. I wonder how that's going to go down.
I would love to see that.
If Drew Lock goes to Green Bay, that'll make the Green Bay quarterback situation really interesting as well because Jordan Love is just sitting there. Drew Lock
better than Aaron Rodgers?
It's horrible, bro. Devontae Adams is gonzo. He doesn't want
Aaron wants to go play with 3 young wide receivers.
Yeah, I mean you got Judy, Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton's a
stud. Somebody else is there too. They're good.
Yeah.
They have a young explosive offense. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. Aaron wants someplace nice to retire. They got Elway there.
Got some new girlfriend I saw.
Yeah, he does. He's dating what's her name? Shailene Woodley.
Yep, that's her name. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing good with his life other than his family because they don't like him.
He doesn't talk to them very much, so we won't mention that in this part. But
I think his future is in question. And you know what? I honestly wouldn't be that surprised if he just says, F it, I'm retiring.
Wow.
The only thing that's stopping him from that, I think, is he wants another ring, which most guys do. But he's been hunting it for a long time again. He won it a while ago. He's been close again. He's got good teams. It's unfortunate because Green Bay's got pieces. Devontae Adams is solid.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is okay.
I'm not a fan of Aaron Jones.
But they got pieces, and any team with Aaron Rodgers is going to be a problem. So
it's going to be a big problem.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about Aaron Rodgers.
I don't have much to say about him because he's the one that made me hit the Packers. So we'll just forget about his life and everything he does in the future. Hope he does good though.
Yeah. Good. Yeah,
I hope to see him in the NFL again.
Yeah, I actually don't mind watching him play as long as he's not tearing up the Vikings. And he does some just crazy, but whatever. We'll get on to our next topic, our best bets for upcoming day, week, whatever it is.
Yeah, so it's Friday, our time right now, the 4th of June. So we're just looking at some games here coming up.
Just quickly. I mean, most of the time we'll come up with bets here. We'll give a little bit more thought into this. But
podcast on the spot.
Yeah, we got a little excited. But do you got one? You want me to share mine?
Go ahead. If you got one ready.
I got one ready. My one of mine is I got Jairzinho Rosenstruck over Augusto Sakai tomorrow night. UFC heavyweight bout. Rosenstruck is, I think, 11-2 at this point. His only 2 losses are to Francis Ngannou. So if you don't know who that is, you should. I'm not going to go into that. If you don't know him, you should. And Cyril Gane, who is, I believe, the 2nd or 3rd ranked heavyweight, maybe the next in line actually right now. So he's also a stud. This dude has freaky power. He's big in the belly. He's just a large human.
Yep.
Nothing to take away from Sakai. He's also a great fighter. Jiu-jitsu background. I just don't see him pulling it off, and I think the odds are actually pretty fair for Rosenstruck at -125. You don't have to wager much to get your money back.
Right.
That's a pretty easy pick for me, honestly.
Well, I got it noted.
Yeah.
See how it turns out for you.
Mm-hmm.
I got my best bet for y'all here. Looking at some NHL slate. I'm gonna say it's a lock on my end. If you take Boston, -1.5 over the New York Islanders, I think Boston's going to get it done. They have a good shot to win it all, I think. So that's my best bet of the night for y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I think they won last game in overtime.
Yeah, they snuck her out last
Covered.
game.
What did you say the spread is? You
It's
got
minus one and
a half.
a half. Yep. So win by
What are
2
the
goals.
odds on that?
The odds look to be plus 185.
Okay, so you're making plenty of money
You're
back.
making money back. You throw a unit, you almost get
You go get it.
double units.
You go get it. So
I just don't think the Islanders are ready. I believe it's 2-1, might be even 3-1 in that series. But yeah,
okay.
It's my best bet of the night for y'all.
Lastly, to just finish that up, I also, like we mentioned before, we got the Nets. I think they come out hot in game 1.
Oh, yeah.
But with that, so do the Bucks. So I got the over in that game, 240. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I could easily see both these teams going over 130.
That is crazy.
It is crazy to look at. 240.
It really says 240.
It says 240.
That's 120 each in a playoff game. Folks.
Yeah. I expect all these games to be contested. I think they should be high scoring. There shouldn't be any blowouts. They're good teams.
I mean, that's pretty much straight money there.
And they're good offensively. So yeah,
not take the Bucks in any way. So go with the over. Yeah,
I got the over 240 minus 110.
That's great, man. Yeah, so some good bets there for y'all.
Yeah, 3 for you. Take them, leave them, do whatever you want.
Yeah, wrapping it all up here. I hope y'all enjoyed the first podcast from the Bench Banter. You can follow me at Zach Kress on Twitter and also Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, you could also follow me if you'd like on Instagram. I don't even know what my Instagram is. We could throw it in the bio if we want. My Twitter is AlexCrow5. I believe we're gonna set up an Instagram, Twitter page for this as well. So give it a follow. Tell people if you guys enjoyed it, spread the word. We're not here to make money. We're here to have a good time. We're here to give you guys good content, and we really just hope you guys enjoy and keep tuning in.
Just hope that we can get a good audience and connect with you guys and have some good banter about sports. That's what we really want.
Yeah, like we said,
I can only get so much in.
Yeah.
So we
need some representation, right? That's like we mentioned earlier. Right. There's a lot of like we like to call them old heads. It's just older takes. People are outdated.
The Jordan.
It's nice to get some fresh takes. Even if it is from older people, if it's from younger people, it's all good. We want to hear from you.
Anyone is welcome.
That's what we're here for. So
once again, if you are watching on YouTube, go ahead and drop a follow or go ahead and subscribe and also comment something and leave us a like. And if you aren't following our YouTube, go ahead and head to Bench Banter YouTube and hit that subscribe button, man. Love to get connected with y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in for this episode.